If you want to show the world how wealthy you are, there are certain status symbols people associate wealthy individuals with. It doesn't only mean buying the fastest cars or traveling in the flashiest planes. It includes relocating to a postcode where your mail will be delivered with pride by the mailman. After all, nothing beats the subtle gleams of living in a posh neighborhood surrounded by wealthy people. Although there aren't many affluent and exclusive neighborhoods to pick from, you must choose wisely if you want to live like a billionaire. In this video, let's explore the most expensive neighborhoods on the planet. Knightsbridge, London. One of the most attractive areas in the United Kingdom, and it is located in the incredibly popular city of London. Knightsbridge is one of the city's most expensive residential streets, with typical property prices hitting £15.6 million. That's 33 times the cost of the average London home, which is rather impressive considering London is already one of the most expensive cities in the world. Knightsbridge has a population of just over 25,000 people, with an average household income of around £55,000. You know, the amount of money you'd need to live here in a house, at least, is an average property reaching $9,000 per square foot. Developers have taken full advantage of Knightsbridge's prominence, cramming the area with 5-star hotels, fashionable boutiques, luxury auto dealerships, and a couple of embassies because even governments couldn't resist the opulence. Knightsbridge is also known for its magnificent residences and upmarket clubs, as well as proximity to Hyde Park. This site has attracted a number of celebrities, including David and Victoria Beckham, Kylie Minogue, and 2 Rolling Stones members, to name a few. This neighborhood hasn't always been this glamorous, but after a couple of centuries of much-needed government-sponsored renovations, it's become one of the world's most prestigious residential areas, housing the enormously prestigious Hyde Park and even deserving the inclusion on this king luxury list. Avenue Montaigne. If you want to live a luxurious, refined life in Paris, put this district on your maps and it is the spot for you. Located in Paris's 8th arrondissement, this ultra-exclusive residential community has drawn some of the world's wealthiest and most renowned people. And it's been doing just that for the past 350 years, so this area is not only luxurious, but also culturally significant. Avenue Montaigne wasn't always so exclusive and affordable, but now it has an average price per square meter of $26,000. Jewelers and luxury designers lined the streets. A jeweler on the street was robbed of about $108 million in diamond rings, necklaces, and luxury watches in 2008. This is the type of jewelry you'll only find at the most upscale boutiques in the most upscale neighborhoods, or in the back of a dodgy van. The amazing Hotel Plaza Athene, a 120-year-old stately hotel with 154 rooms and 54 luxury suites, is also located on Avenue Montaigne. A night's stay in this hotel may cost up to $20,000, and that's just for the room. In typical French style, this hotel offers a variety of fantastic eating options. Each one is as costly as the last. Atherton, California. One of the most expensive communities in the United States of America, in a quiet little village near San Francisco. A community where even the humblest homes are beautiful. Make $1 million offer. Atherton is home to some of the world's wealthiest people and some of the world's largest states, as well as the mecca for Silicon Valley's top firms, and with a median home sale price of $7 million, it's sure to stay that way for a long time. The median mortgage price in the city is $5.5 million. Don't pack your bags just yet. While Atherton is tranquil and exclusive, it may not be the right fit for you. Heavy spenders such as Oracle founder Larry Ellison and Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen are now on the scene. By purchasing property in the region, they may take advantage of everything Atherton has to offer. 307 Wall Street, a stunning piece of real estate worth roughly $5 million, is on the cheaper side of Atherton's grandeur. It has 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms and is around 3,700 square feet in size. Atherton's most expensive transaction, on the other hand, was Paul Allen's huge estate, which he sold for $35 million. With a main house that's about 18,000 square feet in size and a 2-bedroom guest house, the estate spans 1.9 acres and is quite a bit larger than other residences in the neighborhood. Yes, it's as luxurious as you'd expect from a $35 million property in such a posh neighborhood. Ostazhenka, Moscow. Russia is home to a slew of rich billionaires and insanely wealthy citizens. Obviously, they require a place to spend their vast sums of money. That is, when they aren't buying up all of America's luxury real estate. Ostazhenka is one of Russia's oldest streets, aged like great wine, and, like fine wine, exceedingly expensive. The most expensive area in Russia, to be precise. The Kremlin, the Pushkin Museum, and the Cathedral of Christ the Savior are all major tourist attractions in Ostazhenka. It's essentially a tourist paradise as long as you don't try to live there, as prices on the street can quickly escalate. Several prestigious dwelling units have been erected here in the recent decade. A 5-story property in Crystal House sold for $48 million, making it the most expensive of these units ever sold. So unless you're planning on spending a lot of money on your trip to Russia, it is recommended to stick to sightseeing. Ostazhenka is home to some of Moscow's most coveted restaurants and stunning Art Nouveau structures, and if you stay long enough, you might even meet some Russian oligarchs. Doesn't that seem like a blast? Fifth Avenue, New York. The world's wealthiest people always seem to congregate in New York. However, not every section of New York is spectacular. Take the wrong path and you can be mugged in the subway. Take the correct turn now and you'll be able to enjoy the sights of Fifth Avenue, one of New York City's most opulent areas. Since the early 1900s, people have been flocking to Fifth Avenue, which has always catered to the extremely wealthy. Property here costs an average of $28,000 per square meter, and more likely, New York was already a pricey city. The most expensive properties on Fifth Avenue are located between 59th and 96th Streets, just across from Central Park. Who wouldn't willingly give up millions of dollars to live near Central Park? Fifth Avenue is also one of the most expensive shopping and commercial areas in the world. This means that only the most expensive and opulent brands are available here, from Armani to Armani Gio, which is a lovely little bonus. The Empire State Building and the Rockefeller Center, two of America's most recognizable buildings, are both located on Fifth Avenue. Chemin de Route, Geneva. Switzerland and Monaco were two countries you could be sure would be on this list. Of course, a Swiss neighborhood was going to make the cut. You'll simply have to wait and see what happens in Monaco. The renowned Chemin de Route is located in the heart of Switzerland's colony, near to the shores of Lake Geneva. If you want to live in one of the mansions in this neighborhood, be prepared to pay a lot of money. Property prices here average around $37,000 per square meter. It's also hardly the most shocking thing in the world. Most of the mansions in this street have more land than most other streets in the neighborhood. They also come with landscape gardens and big swimming pools thanks to the town's advantageous location. They also get to look out over a gorgeous lake and see Geneva's famous jet d'eau. Taking all of these considerations into account, the record price for a home on this street is, of course, $36 million. Patterson Hill, Singapore. Singapore has risen to become one of Asia's wealthiest countries, resulting in a slew of billionaires. They have more than their fair share of high-end properties, and Patterson Hill is often regarded as Singapore's own billionaire's row. This area, known as the SAC, is home to some of Singapore's most expensive residences, with an average property price per square meter of $42,500. Located in the prestigious District 9, a residential area within close proximity to the quite popular Orchard Road shopping belt, this place features a collection of designer boutiques and Michelin-starred restaurants. The most expensive condominium you can find here is known as the Mark, and to put it simply, this is an address that speaks for itself. The Mark was created to justify the demand for large, lavish living spaces in Singapore's metropolitan area, as well as the ability of very wealthy people to pay for these enormous, luxurious living spaces, which are continually praised for their daring and original architecture and design. The market in Singapore is unlike any other, with Hermes-designed interiors and an own lap pool in each flat. It's no wonder that it's in Patterson Hill. Former Facebook employees have been drawn to this location because it is glamorous. Avenue Princess Grace, Monaco. Monaco, of course, will be included in this list. This country is brimming with extraordinarily costly properties, not only because it hosts the F1 Grand Prix and the yearly Monaco Boat Show. The world's most expensive penthouse, Odeon Tower Sky Penthouse, may be found here. So of course, it's a melting ground for Europe's super rich. According to reports, approximately 35 out of every 100 Monaco citizens are millionaires. They needed to spend all of their money, and Avenue Princess Grace was the perfect location. Furthermore, with an average property price of $86,000 per square meter, spending all of your money here will not be difficult. It's not simply because it's in Monaco that this neighborhood is so costly. That helps, but this place also has some fantastic properties, with street values exceeding $135,000 per square mile at their peak because of space limits. Monaco isn't precisely the world's largest country, which is frankly so crazy. The majority of these magnificent properties are currently only available for rent, but don't let that fool you into thinking this area is any less exclusive. If you want to live here, you must first obtain permission to live in Monaco and then establish residency. Isn't this something that any millionaires could do though? You must demonstrate that you have a place to live in Monaco. That's a tremendous stride considering how many of us don't know a single square foot of this country. You must also open a bank account and deposit a minimum of 500,000 euros. Yeah, good luck finding a rental on Princess Grace Avenue. Kensington Palace Gardens, London. It is widely regarded as London's own billionaire's row, owing to the extremely wealthy residents and the lavish mansions. Without a question, this is one of the world's most costly communities. It had better be when your next-door neighbors are literally royalty. The average price per square meter in this city is a staggering $107,000. For the love of God, homes here regularly sell for as much as $195 million. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge's presence certainly didn't make anything cheaper, and it turns out that they had their own palace built for them here long before they were born. Kensington Palace is the name of the neighboring building. Isn't that an amazing flex when your house is named after the entire neighborhood? The French, Russian, and Japanese embassies, as well as several extremely affluent billionaires, are located in this extremely secluded suburb. Indian-born steel tycoon Lakshmi Mittal, who owns 9A in 1819, is among the wealthy. And his next-door neighbor at number 17 is Russian billionaire Roman Abramovich, owner of Chelsea Football Club. By far the most famous residents on this street are the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge and their 3 children, even though Kensington Palace is no longer on the same street. But who cares? Pollock's Path, The Peak, Hong Kong. We have one of the most expensive districts in the world with views of Hong Kong Island and Victoria Harbour. The Peak, which is located in the city that has been listed as the least inexpensive city to live in multiple times, is favored by some of Hong Kong's wealthiest residents. And for a long time, the average price per square meter for property in this area has been a staggering $120,000, so it's understandable that they want to move here. Because of chic new developments and luxury homes, as well as the neighborhood's general beauty and seclusion, prices in this area have been skyrocketing. Jack Ma, the Chinese billionaire who established Alibaba, was said to have purchased a $191 million property here in 2015. Even though the reports were never proven, such transactions aren't out of the ordinary in this neighborhood. Stephen Chow, a Hong Kong movie star, tried his hand at creating a home in this elite and sought-after locale a few years ago. He built a sky-high, high-end apartment, and it was a huge success. In 2011, he broke the record with a sale of $103 million. The former French embassy at 8th Pollock's Path sold for $75 million the same year. Even governments can't help but want a piece of the action when it comes to true luxury. Which of these neighborhoods do you plan to move to? Which of these impressed you the most? Leave us a comment below. If you liked and enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For more insightful videos, get notified by clicking the bell button below. From the high-end stories of today, this has been Modern Luxury. As always, we look forward to seeing you again in one of our videos. Thanks for watching.